and you're joining us from the magnificent city of Wolverhampton. Time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Asia's #1 and the Philippines #1. Ladies and gentlemen, making his Grand Slam debut, would you please welcome the cool card, Alexis Toylo! Ladies and gentlemen from England, a Masters champion, a Grand Slam semi-finalist, the winner of 2 World Series titles, and a winner of the Lakeside. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bullet, Stephen Bunting!
Here we go then, our final group game here on night 1, and it is back to Group C we go. And we find Stephen Bunting, the #4 seed, who's had a really good year to be fair, but most of it has come away from the major stage. He's won a couple of titles in the World Series, 2 on the Euro Tour as well, and 2 on the Pro Tour too. Made the semi-finals here at the Grand Slam a couple of years ago. That was his best finish. He went out in the second round last year, so what can he deliver here in 2025? And against that man, Alexis Toylo, the man from the Philippines, who is the PDC Asian Tour winner, arrives here in Wolverhampton, making his Grand Slam debut. For the last time tonight then, let's head to comms and join Glenn Dowen and Dan Dawson.
Yes, final game of the night, and one of the top performers in PDC darts this year, Stephen Bunting, a man whose merchandising empire appears to be growing at a similar rate to his darting achievements. Turns out we live in a universe where you can buy a Stephen Bunting Let's Go Bunting Mental mouse mat, a Stephen Bunting Let's Go Bunting Mental Christmas card set, and that thing he walked on stage with, the Stephen Bunting plush toy. Perfect for the darts fan in your life who has taken total leave of their senses. However, he has won an awful lot of stuff this year. But the cool cat, Alexis Toylo, is the man who has won the entire Asia Tour for the last 2 years. He's a little fortunate to be here for his Grand Slam debut, because the criterion for qualifying for this in the Asia Tour is actually winning the Asian Championship, their big sort of end-of-season tournament. That was won by Lawrence Silagan. He hasn't been able to compete here. So Alexis Toylo, as the runner-up, comes in, but the man who has been the top dog, the cool cat, on the Asia Tour for the last couple of years, is a fine replacement. Glenn Durran, we are expecting one of the Asian Tour players to make their mark at some point. It's only a few years since they've been invited to the Grand Slam. Might this be the year?
it's very similar names. It's a tour I like to watch, like many of us do via Dart Connect, along with the CDC, the North American players. Toylo is an outstanding player. His pre-throw routine is quirky. It's different. We saw it against Richard Veenstra, who was arguably the quickest player in PDC at Alexander Palace last year. You have to have all the patience in the world. In fact, Stephen Bunting will probably have time to knit
62.
Another teddy bear for 35 quid at all good merch shops. But it's just something that Stephen will have to do. He may have seen it because he even does that in his practice routines as well. So Stephen might have looked over. It might be part of the strategy that he needs to deal with. So that's the one big thing I get concerned for Stephen.
Well, he is going to take his time, Toylo, and that can make things awkward. But so can the quality of his play. He's running at sort of mid to high 80s average for the year on the Asia Tour. But there are games, and quite a few of them, where he's going into the high 90s and over the 100 mark, averaging 107 a couple of times. He has got quality.
Yeah, you mentioned he was maybe fortunate because the fact that he lost that final to Lawrence Lager, but on his way to the final he beat Royden Lam, he beat Mikuru Suzuki, he beat Paul Lim. Like I say, he's won 5 titles, as you mentioned. He's an exceptional player, but often the headlines can, like I say, can be this bizarre start before he actually throws the dart. But you're absolutely spot on, Dan. His precision and accuracy on the treble 20 and on his doubles, that should be what we're talking about. But it's you can see Stephen behind his rhythm is going to be totally out of sync.
140.
You mentioned his appearance. Ali Pali made his debut there, won his opening game in straight sets as well, before losing out to Krzysztof Ratajski. But he did average more than 96 in that game against Ratajski. It was a really good performance.
Yeah, represented the Philippines at the recent WGF World Cup as well. Did really well in the pairs. He lost in the singles to Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith averaged over 96 in that game to play. So he's getting all the experience of that stage alongside 35 notes, all yours.
Are you on commission?
Let's go Bunting mental.
100. Alexis should require 143.
Toylo has stolen the darts in the opening leg of this one. You can see, I mean, look, he'll have been practicing this evening, but he is absolutely covered in chalk. Uses it for grip, and it is everywhere.
I can't believe this is actually still the first leg.
59. Stephen require 140.
The rhythm of the games, the pace. We talked about that game with Nico Spring and Gary Anderson. Stephen looks cool, he looks calm, and he looks good. Bunting with a 140 finish. A little look over the family there. That's an outstanding start to this match.
A little bit of fire from Stephen Bunting. It takes quite a lot to annoy Bunting. He is one of the most jovial characters around, but I'm not quite sure he's enjoying the pace of this.
Yeah, patience was the word I used. That Bunting wants rhythm, Toylo wants disruption, but that's just part of the match play. You know, whether you're playing someone who's super quick, whether you're playing someone quirky, someone who's slow, you've got to deal with it. And that'll be on the back of the mind there of Stephen Bunting. But it was nice just to get the adrenaline flowing there with that sublime 140 finish.
It's a good job that plush toy doesn't have the scowl he's got on his face right now. Wouldn't be a big sell.
Extra £3 in, I'm sure he'll arrange it. Yeah, he might have a scowl now. I was with him doing an exhibition in my local area this week, and let me tell you, he's in a great headspace. He said he's had a very, very good season. He's had a couple of years where he's been brilliant. He's experienced the Premier League again. He's used to winning so many games, up to the top 4 in the world. That's where he wants to be. And I think a lot of that is not just what he does on the hockey, but what away from the hockey, his family life. He's just in a wonderful place.
Well, just taking a look at on the hockey, number 4 in the world, as you say, number 1 on the World Series this year, number 3 on the Euro Tour, and top 8 in the floor events, despite the fact he played fewer than 2/3 of them.
96.
That is consistent excellence across every form. The only thing that's missing is a big TV title. There's no reason why he couldn't pick one up.
Is he staring at me? That was a bit close to the camera, that one, Dan. I mean, we're waxing lyrical about Bunting. He has lost 5 of his last 6 games, so he hasn't come here in the most
59.
amazing form. But you can create the form, and he'll want to get this game over and done with. He'll just want to get the 2 points. This is difficult.
59.
Doesn't take a massive bite out of that one. Leaves the 1-2-6, preferable to the 1-6-7, of course.
There's the phantom throw. He's not the only Asian player to do that as well. I don't know if it's part of like the soft tip where the machine's sort of resetting. I don't know why so many of the Asian players do it.
57. Stephen required 126.
There's a 140 in the first leg. Daniel start on the 19s this time with the 1-2-6.
It's not going to be another big finish from Bunting.
58.
However, Toylo may have to take out the ton plus finish himself just to hold his throw.
He's good on the doubles. So if he gets a chance, it's almost like he's got to be immaculate against Bunting.
90. Stephen requires 68.
How many darts at doubles he get from here? It's 2.
64. Alexis
I don't
requires
know if you read his
20.
lips there, rushed, he said. I guess that could be come into the equation where, he's, like I say, his rhythm's out of sync. He's not used to waiting so long. It's almost like a game of pairs. Toylo. This is for 1-1. We have parity. 2 legs played. It's one leg apiece.
You make a fair point. When you are playing somebody who is much slower than you, there is a sort of inclination. You want to throw. You've been stood around waiting, and you can end up rushing things a bit, almost an overcompensation. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. It's he's got the experience, though, Stephen. I think he's trying to work this game out before he's played. This is what I'm going to do. It's almost like you don't want to use that nervous energy, starting to look at now at what Alexis is throwing as well. You see the chalk just hammering off the dart there. He'll work it out, will Stephen?
I mean, Stephen Bunting is often the one who is slowing games down a bit. Ahead of big visits towards the back end of the legs, you will often see him go to the water table. He's got a little routine that he's got just to sort of calm himself down, let him focus on the big shot. But I don't think you'll see him do it in this game. He's got all the time he needs.
I mean, he's been really open about working with a psychologist, and you know, part of that will be preparation and routine.
100.
That will be tested here, but it's almost like we're talking down of Toylo. I mean, this is the way he plays. He's not top of the Asian tour because he's slow. He's superb dance from Stephen Bunting there. Acknowledged to the crowd.
Yeah, Toylo is doing nothing wrong. This is just the way he plays the game. And as you pointed out, there's quite a lot of players over in Asia who do play at a lot slower pace. I'm searching for the 18s there and couldn't find it.
40.
Just see in the background, can't you? He's just itching to get to the hockey. Big 20.
98.
Nicely done.
Well, if he keeps leaving a double after 12 darts, Stephen Bunting, he's going to be in a good position come the end of this game, you would think, irrespective of how long it takes. Seamless.
Stephen required 40.
So to stay on throw. To take the lead once again, a beautiful dart. 13 darter from Stephen Bunting. Team Bunting leads 2 legs to 1.
Game on.
Got a great record for the group stage of the Grand Slam of Darts, Stephen Bunting. First appeared as a BDO player 11 years ago. Won all his group games then, and won all his group games the following 2 years. And only once has he failed to get out the group.
43.
And part of that was putting in a very impressive statistical display in his opening game against Ryan Joyce, but lost that match and ultimately it cost him a spot in the knockout rounds.
140.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a competition the players love. It's been a really interesting day. I mean, so many stories, so many of the top players have got an awful lot of work to do. But a couple of players have just been really solid, really professional. Damon Hector this afternoon, Chris Dobie this afternoon. They shone. And I think Stephen Bunting just wants to get... I mean, the numbers go out the window in this one. So almost like these days, Dan, not only do they want to win, they want to average big. I just get the sense with Stephen here, he just wants to get this 5 legs done and dusted and move on from here.
59.
You can't press home the advantage he'd got in this leg, but may not slip away. It always looked a difficult group to call this Group C. Yes, Stephen Bunting's a seeded player, and we've already detailed how brilliant he's been this year. But as you mentioned, his form very recently hasn't been amazing. Martin Schindler and Luke Woodhouse both have potential to do damage in the tournament. And Alexis Toylo is a player we've already... Well, you can see, he's going to be awkward.
Well, Toylo will win a game in this group. I'm confident of that. I think someone won't deal with the situation as well as Stephen Bunting is doing right now. He's just picking certain moments in this game. We called it a quick fire game, first to 5, but the amount of phantom darts that Alexis has thrown so far, he's already through 17 legs.
Senior time 140.
Took it out in leg 1. Might take it out again. Not far off.
Yeah, super effort. Like sporadic moments, isn't it, from Stephen? And just putting the afterburners when he needs to. Such a crowd favourite. He's almost using the energy from them at the moment. So no dramas with Toylo back on 208. Seems to be finding his accuracy on that treble 20.
100, Stephen, you replied 20.
So for a big lead in the first breaker throw.
That is the break. That's a bit of daylight between these two. And Stephen Bunting, credit to him here, to 95 average, it feels like he's getting a grip on this game now, when it did look like the frustrations might pose a problem for him early on.
Yeah, I think this is an excellent performance.
100.
I think you say the strategy was done backstage, and I think it's all just going to plan. Just a look over to the family and friends. I often mention that because you just need a nod and a wink sometimes. You see he's looking around and just going through those processes right. But 95.5 average at 3-1 up. So far, so good.
Decent cover shooting down on the 17s. Gets to a number that he can leave a finish with just 2 trebles when he returns to the ball. He's having some issues with his footwear at the back of the stage there, Stephen Bunting, which he probably shouldn't, because he spent an absolute fortune on those trainers.
I think he was just showing the Let's Go Bunting mental socks to the front row there. Available in all dart shops.
78.
That's the perfect dart for Toylo. It's quite a flat dart that he's throwing there, so there's plenty of room in that treble 20.
83.
Frustrations with Toylo there. As the cloud of chalk dissipated, he only got another 23 points after that opening dart.
100.
Bunting has left the 1-3-2. Now, depending on what Alexis do here, will probably be his decision making. He won't have made his decision of what to do yet, because if Alexis Toylo doesn't leave the finish from 2-1-8, you'll see Bunting start from upstairs rather than the champagne 1-3-2.
58.
Is that close enough to force him to go to the bullseye?
Good question, and let me tell you, he may have changed his mind from the decision to now. Now he wishes he's gone treble 20.
43. Alexis, you require 160.
Well, he's only had one 140 plus score in this match so far, Alexis, so this would be a bolt from the blue. But we haven't seen him play to his even regular level so far, let alone his top level. And could it turn up right now? Tops for a 160 finish. Valiant effort.
Stephen, you require 89.
Just the fact he had to double check the score there, the 160. Bunting's been good on his finishing, but that's not ideal. Treble 14, that's a stunner.
49.
He's had darts to win every leg of this game, Stephen Bunting. One of them got away from him.
40.
Could another? This would be a break of throw. We are back on throw in this game. Can he smuggle one underneath that first one? Oh, it's a beauty. Break of throw. Alexis Toylo is throwing to level the game at 3 apiece.
Yeah, superb camera angle just on the end there. He throws that flat dart, so when he's just going above the double tops there, that wasn't an easy last dart. Hence the reaction there from Toylo. And that was his biggest start of the match. As you alluded to, a break of throw as well. Back on throw.
It's only the 4th year of invited Asian players, or players in the Asian Tour, I should say, to compete in the Grand Slam. Last year it was Alaga, the year before Haruki Muramatsu of Japan. The first year we did it, Christian Perez, first Filipino player to get a tour card. And all of them have come close to getting a win in the group stages. None of them have managed it. Perez actually in his very first game missed darts to beat Danny Noppert, or a dart to beat Danny Noppert. Toylo might be the one to strike a blow for the Asia Tour players here this week in Wolverhampton. And it could yet happen tonight.
Yeah, it does feel like the focus certainly coming from himself is the wackiness of the throw, but you know what we should be talking about is the quality of the player. As you mentioned, he's a 10-time Asian Tour winner, 5 this year, as we've mentioned earlier. He can throw serious darts right now,
29.
and he's putting that mental pressure on Stephen right now. These are really good moments for Alexis Toylo.
He's starting to look a bit more likely around that treble 20, Alexis Toylo. It's only a ton he comes away with.
I think he's just patting himself on the head there, because sometimes you just need to acclimatise yourself to get on that stage. It's so different to probably, you know, barring Alexander Palace, anything he's played for, arguably so different to, you know, his practice routine the past couple of hours. You just get the sense now that he's getting used to it, getting used to the throw. I think the pat of the head saying, come on, relax, there's nothing I can't beat here. And more importantly, he is finding that treble 20.
100.
36.
Dominant leg from Alexis Toylo. Just gets it in the single 16.
36.
He'll get more darts at tops though.
Yeah, no panic. You could just see Steve, and he doesn't know whether to grab his water. He doesn't know whether to just touch his case. Stephen Bunting right now is all over the place.
70. Alexis required 40.
There's no finish left by Bunting there. There's no pressure applied. Look, when it looked like he was getting a grip on the game, a couple of good legs. Average was up around 95, 96. The frustrations didn't matter so much. Now they will do.
7th Stephen to throw first.
One defence for Stephen now is, now it's a best-of-3 game. But again, with these great players, they can just turn that switch. They can just put the afterburners on. Panic? What panic?
Winner with this one to face Luke Woodhouse tomorrow evening. Woodhouse, very impressive once again. Woody, and seeing off the German number 1 Martin Schindler.
100.
Really solid. He looked like he was swaying his darts all over. Too many darts going in the 5. He looked surprised. He looked shocked. He was thinking, how can I deal with this situation? But he just found a good 60 seconds there at the 180 start. You can just see him behind there. He's just itching to get on the hockey.
96.
Proper leg of darts from Stephen Bunting. 81 left after 3 visits to the board. Exactly what he needed.
Yeah, potential 11 darter, but I think the only thing on his mind now is just get these last 2 legs done and dusted.
Because of the nature of this game, you've got time to appreciate it, but even in a short format, best of 9, first to 5,
65.
games like this can still go in stages. Bunting looked like he'd got a grip on it, then it looked like the frustrations were getting a little too much for him, and now all of a sudden
49.
He's looking like the dominant force once again. It could change once more.
Yeah, just looks to have found that zone again, doesn't he? This has been an excellent leg of darts. Toylo doesn't look like the type of player to give up on any legs, but we'll need that treble 20 to leave a finish.
60.
Plenty of time on the side of Stephen Bunting. This to go 1 away.
Game
13 darter.
Stephen Bunting.
Strong stuff from the bullet.
It's Alexis to throw first. Game on.
You have it, leg 5 and leg 6 when Bunting really went off the boil. And if Toylo can hit those sorts of levels for the last couple of legs, as he did in those legs, then this could turn yet again.
Yeah, did you see Stephen behind there just looking at the numbers there? He was shaking his head at those 2 legs where he just went off the boil. And that was a beautiful 13 darter to get him on the cusp. And like we said to begin this game, it was just about the 2 points. It's a tricky game, it's a difficult game. Just needs to pull his socks up. One big score.
$123.
Excellently done after the opening dart.
Looking down at the 19s. A couple of trebles there would have left the big fish.
58.
Trebleless visit. Chance for Bunting.
58.
Came into this tournament as the 7th favourite for the title, Stephen Bunting. Now, part of that might be down to the draw and the group he was in, but there were players shorter odds who've not achieved what he's done this year. Like Michael van Gerwen, Josh Rock. In terms of the number of titles and the number of games he's been winning on Sully, obviously did not have a great Premier League campaign, but it didn't stop him winning everywhere else, pretty much.
Yeah, I thought he handled the whole Premier League very well. It's a tough campaign. Never sulked. Just got on with the job every week. He knows he's living his dream life right now. Might not feel it tonight, though.
Just from bending over there, I know that he evidently had a bit of a back issue when he was at the Grand Prix. Lost out in a really good game.
28.
Hopefully he's not suffering with anything
160.
here. I've not seen any other signs that that's the case. But he's got 2 visits from here because that's a bogey number Toylo's left.
6 darts and 160. Nice and straight. Treble would be really helpful. Can he squeeze it right in the middle of there?
40.
Anything but. Last thing you need when you've got a bad back. I thought this match was done and dusted, Dan. I really did, but that's a beautiful first dart. Looked like he had an idea of exactly what he was going for with the finish there. Just double check it, but what a beautiful last dart that is. This game ain't over yet.
Can he find the treble? He can. What a dart.
100.
Match start missed by Stephen Bunting, and the brilliant setup from Alexis Toylo has given himself a chance to take us to a deciding leg.
Alexis,
He won't be rushed. Once again, he'll go through that process. Now it's the phantom 3 darts. Make that 4. It's almost been 30 seconds now since Stephen missed. That's always my fear. Focuses on that double 10. Good marker. Can he use it?
Oh, double 5 is there, and we're going the distance.
9th and final leg is
Dart of the match.
Game on.
Look at his reaction, so refreshing. Last leg shootout. Bunting, when he went 3-3, started with a 180.
100.
He'll take that. That's the minimum that he wants. Toylo needs to respond. They look nervous. Stephen looks edgy. Toylo just going through exactly the same as his first 3 darts in this match.
Toylo has not got his nose in front at any point in this game. Went 1-0 down and levelled, went 3-1 down and levelled.
96.
Can he craft just one chance to become the first Asian player to win a game at the Grand Slam of darts?
60.
Well, he's got a chance now. Stephen goes trebleless. What Toylo would give for his first maximum of the match. We talk about timing. This is his moment.
$99.
Classy stuff from Stephen Bunting. 180 number 3 in this game. Gets him within finishing range.
You'd love to win every game with over 100 average, you certainly will, but Stephen knows he's been through the ringer in this game. He's had to dig deep. He's down to a finish. Can Toylo get down to finish? He does need another treble. but not that one. Big chance once again for Stephen Bunting. This time it's 6 darts on 161.
61.
He cannot be entertaining the thought of taking out in this visit. It's not an option now.
65.
But he does get down to a 2-darter.
Once again, it's only that minimum though. He had the bounce out last time when he was looking for the setup play with 6 darts. He's struggling up there, he really is. Just give me the 96 in 2 darts. Don't let Toylo get down to a finish. That's his first dodgy dart for a while. Can he find another? Both players on 2 dart finishes. We're going down to the wire.
What a rescue act from Alexis Toylo. Went double-double, very conservative effort though, does not get a match dart. Alexis Toylo needs 2 good darts here.
He'll fancy the job. If you said to him an hour ago, as he was practicing for this game, you're going to get an opportunity. He's looking at the treble 20 bed. Is it the 2 tops?
Another. For a little bit of history. Tops to beat the bullet. And the cool cat has done it! Alexis Toylo! Double. Toylo trouble for Stephen Bunting. Alexis Toylo of the Philippines has become the first Asia Tour player to win a game at the Grand Slam. A match he never led up until the end. And this group is now wide open.
Isn't it just a wow? What a moment for that man there, Alexis Toylo, who's here making his Grand Slam debut. You might remember won a match on his Ali Pali debut last year. Well, he's done it here in Wolverhampton as well. Penny for Stephen Bunting's thoughts. But like Dan said,